Hi, my lady friend. Got a minute? So, we are on day 3 of our series called The Incredible Shrinking Woman Leader. And in this series, if you recall, we've been talking about what happens to us when we shrink back, how our confidence can get quiet, and how those little choices actually add up. But today I wanted to take it a step further. Why does it actually cost us something when we keep shrinking? Because shrinking doesn't just affect us, it actually affects the people that we are called to lead and to influence. So I know all too well that I've stepped back from doing certain things because I felt that maybe my presence, my personality, what I was trying to accomplish was too big for other people. So then I felt like it must not be the right time for me to do what I was called to do. So I have felt stuck at times and not actually getting out doing what I know that God has told me to do. So those hidden costs that we miss, those missed opportunities, not applying for a promotion or not stepping into a project that we know that we can actually do, maybe not speaking on the stage. Sometimes it's just stalled growth, so we don't really stretch. We feel very comfortable in our comfort zone. We feel very stagnant, and we're thinking, that's okay. That's at least I'm doing something. And we are actually not growing. And others just see us as not being ready. Or we could have what we feel is called a lost influence. Maybe our teams and our peers don't benefit from our actual creativity or our ideas or our leadership style. So we just kind of let that influence melt away, thinking that we're just not important enough. Or sometimes we let it just take a personal toll on us. We let that shrinking build to frustration and burnout, resentment, because we know we are holding back. We are not giving the gifts that we know that we have inside of us. And so those gifts are just wanting to bubble out and we're holding them down and it gets exhausting. So every day we have to consider, when I get out of bed, what am I going to do today that's going to help someone? So, a woman who actually can go out and do some speaking actually turns down a unique and wonderful speaking opportunity because she's actually nervous, only to watch someone else that's less experienced shine on that stage. Or what about a lady leader who doesn't ask for the raise that she deserves, and then she later finds out that another colleague with less tenure is making more? What about a business owner who doesn't pitch her service, thinking that they probably just won't be interested, only to watch another company swoop in and get the funds? Even in personal life, not setting boundaries with family or coworkers because it just feels too exhausting. It feels uncomfortable, and you just end up not feeling appreciated and just want to give up on what that dream that you may have within you. You just let it go. So we want to know, why does this all matter? Because sometimes we think if we just stay in our box, we get up and we go to work, we do our job, we go home, we're doing something, we're getting things accomplished. But sometimes just getting things accomplished and not feeling that burning desire to follow what it is that you know you have inside of you that's going to make someone else better, it really hurts to not let what you have inside of you out. And we have to think about that there are people in the world that may need to hear just what you have to say to them. So this isn't just about you, my friend. When we shrink, our daughters, our sisters, our friends don't get an example of how bold we actually are, so they can be able to follow and connect with us. Our teams miss the chance to be led by someone who values authenticity. Our communities lose a benefit of our wisdom and our actual perspective. So, in other words, when you shrink, it's not just your light that dims, it impacts everyone around you. And I didn't realize how important that was. You know, I think back to when I was actually working with people each and every day, and I know going around certain people made me feel better and made me feel more empowered. And then when I started working mostly by myself from home, it gets to the point where, you know, you're not around that relationship of people or community of people that you've been with, and you don't realize that maybe some of what you had to offer in that in-person environment actually did impact someone. So let's think about some ways that if you are in that environment, you're very fortunate. And we want you to think about some ways that you can stop shrinking. So think about it this way. Take a journal and write these steps down. Name the cost. Write down one thing that you've lost because you didn't step forward. I can think of a few myself. And awareness is always very powerful. Reframe the fear. Instead of, what if I fail? Ask, what if I succeed? Number 3, take a brave step forward. It could be just raising your hand, asking for feedback, or actually setting a boundary, whether it's at work or it's in your personal life. And then remember to celebrate small wins. Every act of showing up deserves to be noticed and reinforced. And that's one reason that I want to go ahead and try to grow this channel, because I know that I, along with a lot of other women, just need this connection in a safe space where we know that we're valued, that we're heard, and that we're noticed. So in closing, my friend, shrinking might feel safe. I mean, I do it a lot, and I do feel safe for a little bit, but there's just something that's inside of me that bubbles, letting me know, okay, Tiffany, you're not doing all you're supposed to do. But know that if you are trying to keep it safe, that you might be costing yourself more than you realize. The world needs your voice, needs your presence, needs your leadership in whatever capacity that is. Not the quiet version of you, but that bold, authentic version of you. So here's your reflection for this week. Where have you been shrinking? Is it at work? Is it in your personal life? Is it at church? Because sometimes we do work in church environments that we are assisting in volunteering, and sometimes it can show up there as well. Or what's one step you want to take to actually reclaim that space that you feel like you are losing, that you're shrinking in? So I would love for you to drop in the comments. I'd love to cheer you on. And remember to follow, like, and subscribe, because I am looking to connect with my people so that we can influence people who actually need us. So until the next video, my friend, take care.